Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Now in this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to buy cryptocurrency in Europe without KYC. Now many of you may be prompted to look at this video because some of the recent laws that have come out, one of which is called the travel rule, and this is where you essentially have to dox the person you're sending cryptocurrency funds to if you're sending from a cryptocurrency exchange. So what that would look like is, let's just say if you're using something like Kraken and you want to send funds to somebody else, you're going to actually have to write that person's name down when you send those funds, so that way the exchange will know you've sent funds to John Smith. Or if you're sending it to yourself, let's just say if you're sending it into cold storage, into one of your cold storage wallets, well, you actually will then have to identify that cold storage wallet as belonging to you, completely denaturing the purpose of cryptocurrency, which is making it your finances anonymous. So I'm actually going to give you a way in which you can still buy cryptocurrency anonymously, and you're going to do that through something called peer-to-peer trading exchanges. Now on a normal centralized exchange, you're going to have to provide something called KYC. That's know your customer. That means you're going to have to provide information about where you live, proof of residence. You're going to have to provide maybe your passport, your ID, a lot of other invasive information. And this has the same effect of essentially de-anonymizing your cryptocurrency usage. The way to get around that is to use a different kind of exchange, and that is a peer-to-peer cryptocurrency exchange. Now you can think of a peer-to-peer cryptocurrency exchange kind of like you would an e-commerce store, right? So if you think about eBay, anybody can sell anything. You can sell an air guitar, you can sell a rock. The only thing that matters is there someone that's willing to buy your item, and you can basically sell whatever it is you want to sell and choose your own terms and conditions, right? Well, that's kind of what like local CoinSwap is and these other peer-to-peer cryptocurrency exchanges are. Anyone can sell there, and it's up to them to choose their trading terms and conditions. So you can have someone that will sell cryptocurrency via one of hundreds of different payment methods for hundreds of different types of currencies, different currencies around the world. The peer-to-peer exchange itself is simply a platform where these virtual asset service providers, or VASPs, go on to sell. They simply provide a platform for them to sell their crypto, right? So on these for these different offers, some people will require KYC, but a lot of them won't. If you're serious about getting non-KYC cryptos, it's just going to cost you a lot more. So what I've done here is I've gone to buy crypto, and I'm looking at payment method, and I've selected SEPA Instant, which is the main payment transfer method that is used on peer-to-peer exchanges. And if I click on the first one, you can see what it looks like. Okay, there's actually so much information. But a lot of the cheaper offers will be people that will still require KYC. So if that's something that you're okay with, you can go ahead and trade with them. But then again, at the same time, it's no different to just trading on a spot exchange like Binance or something like that. So if you want to go with a non-KYC person that doesn't require any KYC, you have to keep scrolling and look for one of these offers. The ones that typically are a bit more expensive. You'll find people that aren't that don't require KYC. You can also use a website called HODL HODL. Now the difference between HODL HODL and local CoinSwap is that HODL HODL is what's called a non-custodial exchange. So that means no one's funds, whether it's the buyer or the seller, actually has their funds stored on the platform itself. So kind of like what you see with local CoinSwap, you've got different sellers, virtual asset service providers, who are making these offers, and then when a buyer opens up a trade with the seller is essentially sending funds directly to the buyer's personal wallet. So the buyer can select any Bitcoin address that he wants, whether it's in a cold storage wallet or on an exchange, and the seller will essentially be sending it directly from his wallet to your personal wallet. It doesn't actually go on the exchange itself, which is pretty neat. So if you're worried about, like a Mt. Gox type of incident or an FTX incident where when the exchange shuts down, everybody loses their funds, that isn't going to happen in a place like HODL HODL. So that's really good. Now, if you're interested in using HODL HODL, you can check out one of my videos on YouTube. It's just called How to Buy Bitcoin on hodlhodl.com. And if you're interested in signing up with HODL HODL or local coin swap, you can use my referral link in the description down below for that. Now, another popular method, one that I would actually recommend more than using SEPA, is TransferWise. Now, the problem with SEPA and other bank transfer methods is that they're really hard to use as a trading method if you want to avoid using KYC. You can do it, but the fees that you'll pay, because you're with all these sellers, they're charging above market rate. That's how they make money. But if you insist on using like a bank transfer method like SEPA Instant, you're gonna pay a lot of money. So usually what I recommend is using one of these payment platform services, these fintech services like TransferWise. Revolut's another one, but I just want to focus on TransferWise for a second because this is the one that I think is the most prominent in the peer-to-peer trading community. So as you can see here, the rates are much more reasonable, 7% above market rate. You've got 5%. It sounds like a lot, but it's a lot cheaper than what you'd see here with the SEPA transfers. It can be up to 13% if you don't want to do KYC. So how it works with TransferWise is you need to send your funds from your bank account to your TransferWise account, and then you can do something called a wise-to-wise transfer. So what that means is you've got funds on your Wise account and you send funds directly to the seller to his Wise account, and that way payment is instant and you don't have to go through the whole checks and balances of going through a bank. And it's really up to the sellers themselves if they require KYC, which most of them don't. If you're dealing with, just dealing directly on these payment platforms, not on banks, the sellers don't really need any KYC. They're much less strict about it. So if you go to local coin swap, you click on buy, you select TransferWise as your payment method, you can see almost all of these sellers, all the offers here say no KYC. And just to give you a rough estimation about how much you can expect to pay above market rate, because again, this is not a volunteer service, you get anywhere from, what is that? Does that say 2%? There you go. You got some say 2%, some say 4%, 5%. I see a lot of like around the 7% range. But if you go through and you sort by, if I click on, where is it? Advanced search. If I click here where it says popularity, if I click on price, I should be able to see the lower priced offers, so you can get the best ones possible. All right, so I have to scroll down a little bit, but I see here there's one for like 2%, there's one for 4%, stuff like that. The reason why you might want to select it by popularity is because you can see who's got the most trading feedback. So obviously the more feedback a person has, the more secure the trade. But, as long as someone's got at least a few hundred feedback, there's a pretty low chance anything bad's going to happen. So that person that I found just now that had 2%, let's see if I can find him again. That guy's got 6,500 trades. So, and he looks like verified as a professional trader by local coin swap. So I think that's a pretty good deal. He's selling anywhere from 300 euros to 50,000 euros, and this guy is not going to ask for any KYC. So if you're interested in learning the actual process of buying cryptocurrency using TransferWise, again, you can go to my YouTube channel and you can find the video how to buy cryptocurrency with TransferWise without KYC. I give a pretty thorough step-by-step instruction on how to do it with a demonstration as well. Now guys, if you like this video, make sure you use my referral link in the description down below for local coin swap and HODL HODL. If you have any questions, you can leave me a comment in the description below, and I'll see you later.